Another prosecutor who has pushed for criminal justice reform is now cracking down after a string of brazen shoplifting cases in California. Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt joins us from LA. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, Julian. The spate of seemingly organized attacks has spread in recent days from Northern California all the way down here to LA, where the high-end shopping mall The Grove is now installing what they call custom fabricated barriers to prevent the kind of robbery they experienced Monday night when around 20 people smashed a window at the Nordstrom store and stole clothing. Nordstrom was also the target for perhaps the largest of these recent organized robberies. Happened in Walnut Creek, about 25 miles east of San Francisco on Saturday. Dozens of people drove up to the Nordstrom there, running in, smashing display cases, grabbing goods, and then running out and taking off in their vehicles. It was a wild weekend which began with a smash and grab attack at the Louis Vuitton store in San Francisco's Union Square. Police were on the scene quickly, pulling some suspects from their cars as they tried to get away. And now 9 suspects will face criminal charges.
We all know that we're here because of crimes that occurred in Union Square just a couple days ago. Crimes that are outrageous, that are offensive, and that are unacceptable. We cannot, we will not, and we do not tolerate that kind of behavior in our city.
Now, some criminal justice experts have argued the robberies might be the result of a kind of perfect storm here in California. One, a recent move to raise to $950 the threshold to categorize theft as a felony. And 2, many stores, fearing liability issues, now telling their employees not to chase or even in some cases touch anyone stealing from those stores. Jillian?
Wow, good time to be a thief. Jonathan Hunt, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Sure.
All right, let's bring in Arizona's Attorney General Mark Brnovich. He's a Republican who's also running for U.S. Senate. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, Jillian.
Are you worried about this happening in the state of Arizona? Are you gearing up? Are you protecting businesses and stores in your state?
Yeah, actually, our office has one of the first organized retail theft units in the entire country, and we have active cases because this is really fundamentally about property rights and pushing back against a woke mob, because history has taught us that where the law ends, tyranny begins. And I actually started my career as a gang prosecutor, been a federal prosecutor, and I understand that when you have these woke states like California that essentially have decriminalized property crimes, this is the end result. And this is why the law matters. And this is why when people infringe on other people's rights, we have to prosecute those cases. We can't turn and look the other way, Jillian.
I don't really believe that a lot of Americans today grasp that theft in many states and many cities in this country really is not prosecutable. And in some places, if you steal under, $500 or $1,000 worth of merchandise, you essentially get a ticket akin to what, you would get for a parking violation.
Yeah, and we've seen this, and we know that Northern California really is the epicenter of this. As you mentioned, the combination of trial lawyers and the fear of litigation with prosecutors or state laws that make it difficult or impossible to prosecute people for these types of crimes have created this perfect storm. And so whether it's a CVS store, whether it's a Home Depot, we see these organized, sophisticated retail theft, and that's what it is. It's sophisticated, organized retail theft, and as a result of that, billions of dollars are being wasted. We know that it's actually increasing the cost to consumers. It creates havoc and it empowers the cartels. And so in places like Illinois and Cook County, where they're refusing to prosecute these types of crimes, you see more and more of it. And what really bothers me is there was a time, you had to worry about knockoff purses. Now these mobs are knocking off entire stores, and it's harming consumers and it's harming our society.
Seems almost quaint when you talk about imitation purses being sold on streets. We got to leave it there, unfortunately. But Mr. Attorney General, thanks so much for joining us today.
Jillian.
You bet.
Thank you.
Stick with us.